Hello, I'm Oksana, and today I am going to show you this lovely palette from a brand that is Noou, and it's called Nouveau Organica. And here is what the palette that I'm going to show you looks like. Oh, let me open it for you. It says Dream Believe. And these are huge, by the way. Here's like a standard eyeshadow jar. So these are really big pans in here. And I got this palette from a friend of mine here on YouTube. Her name is Terry. We've done collaboration videos in the past, and she started her own brand, and she messaged me saying, would you like to try samples of my products? And then I was in shock when I found out that by samples she means she's gonna send me the whole entire, like the largest thing they have, which is a palette of all of the products. And it's just incredible. So it was very, very generous of her to send this to me. And I'm very excited to try this and tell you about it. I have tried it. I'm very excited to show you swatches. And basically what you get is you get this is the lightest shade of the concealer slash foundation. You get an eyeshadow primer. This blends out clear. You get these are powder. These 5 products are powder. These are eyeshadows, and this is a luminizer, but they can all pretty much be used as eyeshadows if you wanted to use this. It's pretty much the same as just like a very light, glowy kind of eyeshadow. This is a cream contour or bronzer, and then these are cream lip and cheek tints or stains or whatever you want to call them. The ingredients in these are really, really natural. They are for the most part organic and wild harvested, and just lovely to read through the ingredients because you're just thinking like, oh, this sounds amazing, you know? So if you're into that and you like that sort of thing, you are gonna love the ingredients in these products. So super natural. They are a higher price point. I would say this is, you know, high-end product. It's $89 for the palette of all of these, and it's $12 if you want to buy just one individual thing. But I have a coupon code for you if you use my name, which is Oksana, O-X-A-N-A. I mean, I'll write everything below too. You will get 20% off, and I believe that shipping is free as it is. So that brings it down a little bit, makes it a little bit more affordable. And I will leave all the FTC stuff below too, since this is kind of an affiliate program. But I just want to show you swatches now and tell you a little bit about each of these products and what I think of them. So here are the swatches in indoor lighting. And that is the cream foundation slash concealer in the lightest shade. Then the cream contour. Then the 4 powder products. The first is the luminizer, and the next 4 are the eyeshadows. And the top part is just dry, and the bottom part is over the primer that comes in the kit, in the palette. So you can see it's a very tacky primer. It really brings out the colors and makes them pop, versus a little bit more sheer if you don't use anything underneath. And that's the last eyeshadow, that darker one. And here are the 4 lip slash cheek cream products. So here are the swatches of everything in the sunshine. And first we have the foundation and concealer. That's the lightest color that I have there. And then is the cream contour. And the next few swatches, on the very top they're swatched dry. And on the bottom, they're swatched over primer, the primer that comes in the palette, so you can see. Sorry, my dogs. So that first product is the highlighter, or the luminizer, and the next 4 are the 4 pressed eyeshadows. And these last 4 are the 4 cream products, the lip slash cheek products. So that is what everything looks like outside. So I'm not wearing this foundation right now in this video, but I did wear this the other day, so I tested it out. I guess this is sort of like a first impression, having worn these once. So it's very nice. It has a little bit of like it's very, very creamy, oily, but like in a good way oily. Like it sinks right in. It doesn't make your skin oily or greasy, but it reminds me of the Vapor solid stick foundation. It's kind of that same consistency, so it's very hydrating, but it is a little bit lighter coverage. So it's a foundation slash concealer, but for me it's just a foundation because I really need a super heavy coverage concealer, especially underneath my eyes. But on your face, it's kind of light to medium coverage foundation, I would say. And as long as I use a sponge afterwards to blend it all out, it doesn't really emphasize dry skin, but at first I kind of blended it in with my fingers, and I felt like there were areas where it did kind of make it obvious that my skin, you know, isn't perfect. It's not, you know, the smoothest and all that stuff. So if you have really dry, kind of flaky skin, you may want to watch out for that. And blending it out with a sponge, you do lose coverage, and it ends up being, you know, very light coverage, but it does kind of make it look more natural and kind of fixes that portion of it. So I do really like how soft and nice it made my skin feel. It did not break me out. It has coconut oil and shea butter and all these lovely things in it. And I think this also smells really nice. Yes, I like the way it smells. It's like a little bit herbal and a little bit floral. I'm not sure if all the products smell that way or just the cream ones. I think that maybe the cream products are all the same formula, just different colors. So I do really like how soft and nice it left my skin, especially at the end of the day when I washed my makeup off. I did test it underneath my eyes as a concealer just so I can tell you about it. And it does crease, pretty much everything natural with like one exception, creases on me. So this did as well, but if you don't have a problem with that, with things creasing and you're used to wearing natural things, then it probably won't be a problem for you. And I did not test out the eyeshadow primer just because no eyeshadow primer that is natural and creamy like this has ever worked for me. Even the, what is that called? The All Natural Face Magic Primer, that's what like everyone swears by. It's like the natural version of the Urban Decay primer potion. That did not work for me and that creased. So I didn't test it out, but I just can't really wear natural eyeshadow primers is what it comes down to. But if you can, I noticed that this is really nice and tacky, and if you swatch these eyeshadows over this primer, it really makes the colors pop. On their own, the eyeshadows and the luminizer, they can be a little bit on the sheer side, which is not a bad thing because one thing you'll notice is this is a very kind of neutral, natural looking palette. So these products are meant to not really give you a dramatic, colorful look. So the fact that they are somewhat sheer, I think, makes them more wearable, especially if you don't wear a lot of makeup or you don't wear makeup often. I find that these eyeshadows will be very wearable, and you can build them up, absolutely, especially if you wear them over. If you want them to really pop, just wear them over this primer and then you'll get that nice opaque pigmented color, but you can just wear them on their own without the primer for kind of a sheer wash of color. And the luminizer is really pretty. It has a golden iridescent sheen to it. It doesn't have shimmer. It's more of like a glow, and it's very pretty. And then you have a light kind of a, let's see, slightly gray, maybe a tiny bit of ivory to it, and a little bit of a gold glow. That's what this color is here. Then you have a gray. They all have a little bit of fine shimmer to it, but they don't have any sparkle or glitter. Then you have this pretty neutral brown, and this color is really pretty because it is dark, and this is probably the most pigmented one right here. It's a little bit of purple to it, and then it has this copper iridescence, and that one is really nice. That's my favorite color of the eyeshadows. And then for these cream products, they are actually all really, really pigmented, especially these two. These are super duper pigmented. See that? And then, let's see, I'll show you kind of more official swatches too. And then you have the other colors here. So I really like this light color. I wore this on my lips. I'm not the biggest fan of like orangey reds, so this isn't really my color. This one is just like a little bit too brown. I might be able to wear it, but you know, it's just all comes down to personal preference, what kind of colors you like to wear. But this is probably the color that I would wear the most for my lips. I like really cool tone purpley shades for my lips. And I totally forgot about this cream contour. This is fantastic because see how dark that is? And it's not orange at all. It is lovely and it blends out really, really well. So if you wanted a nice cream contour that is not orange, I think that one is absolutely fantastic. The lip and cheek colors, you can see kind of that glossy shine that they have. So they are hydrating. They're not like the most glossy moisturizing lip balm, because if they were, then it'd be too greasy to use on your cheeks, you know. So they're kind of that happy medium where they are moisturizing. They will not dry your lips. They're going to moisturize them a little bit. If your lips are super dry and you need something, you know, extra, you might want to put a lip balm underneath. But I have no problems wearing these on their own. I didn't need to wear anything under. And they are dry enough so you can use them on your cheeks. They do have a little bit of that kind of glossy sheen to them. So actually, let me do my other hand here. If you use this as a blush on your cheeks, it's going to have a little bit of like a dewy glow, just like the foundation, same finish as the foundation. And you can see just how super pigmented it is, but it blends really well, especially if you wear the foundation underneath. It kind of blends into the foundation and it just blends out, you know, really nicely. And then you get a nice flush. I really like this one for a cheek color. I think this gives you just a beautiful, nice kind of nude pink flush to your cheeks. So I really like the cream products. I really like their formulation and consistency. Powder eyeshadows, I think they're lovely if you're the sort of person that goes for neutrals more. I really go for really unique colors. Colors that pop, colors with some kind of funky iridescence, you know. So this isn't necessarily an eyeshadow palette for me, but I can see how it could be for a lot of people that like the more natural, neutral, work appropriate look. And I think that they are beautiful. And the highlighter, I think, it actually reminds me of Lady of Light, if you're familiar with that. It's the same kind of golden glow, except it's more buildable because it's a powder. Like, can you see that? I think that it's quite noticeable, whereas Lady of Light, it is cream, but I have a harder time building that up than I do this. So if you like that and you wish you had a more pigmented, more buildable powder version, that's pretty much what this is, and you will really like it, I think. And the lip and cheek products are quite long lasting, especially the darker colors and the two, like the orange and the pink. They almost like stain your skin, so it's a very long lasting effect both on your lips and on your cheeks. So I think that is awesome. I will leave all the information to this product as well as my discount code. I will leave all of that below. I think that these are lovely products, especially in terms of the purity of the ingredients that they have. Not all of them worked out for me in terms of, you know, texture and color. I think that we all have different preferences of color, different skin types, but I definitely think that they're nice products, and if they're right for you, then I think that you will like them, especially if you like kind of more natural, neutral look. Although the lip colors, or the cream lip and cheek colors, some of them really do pack a punch, so you could do a bold lip. And the eyeshadows, when worn over a primer, that really makes them pop too. So it just depends on the kind of things that you like and also your price range. I don't typically buy high-end makeup myself, so normally this wouldn't be a brand that I would seek out just because it would be out of my price range. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I have swatches everywhere. But I think that these products are lovely, and if they fit the bill of what you're looking for, then I encourage you to check out Terry's website. This was packaged really cute, by the way. There's all kinds of little tags, and there was this really cute tiny little miniature cloth pin on there. It was so cute. So that is it, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.